PDFs, they're a great way to distribute information, especially a lot of text, extracts from books, etc. But what if you want to send one out that's actually got a worksheet attached that the students need to enter data into? Well, that isn't going to work very well with GDocs. So I've devised a way of actually making that a lot easier. As you see, this PDF is about 6 pages long, and it starts off with 2 pages of text followed by some questions that need answering. There are some answer pages at the back, but I'll just leave them for now and just show you how I would handle the rest of the document. So on a Mac, it's very simple. I can just take a screenshot of the area as I see it on the desktop, and then I'm going to put it into a GDocs slide. Now, if you're working on a PC, you don't have the same screenshot tools, but there's a tool called a snipping tool that's built into Microsoft. So on a Mac, I just go Command-Shift-4, and then I can just screenshot that area. I'll go down, do the same to the next page. I'll go down. Oh, this is the first answer page, so this is one that will need attention. Now, there are more question pages below and some answers. I'm going to leave them for now. I'm just going to create a 3-page presentation. So now I go to slides. Slides is a very good way of interacting with any sort of picture data that you want to put text over. So go to slides, create a new blank presentation. Always a good idea when you first open up is to name it. Jekyll and Hyde. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but a very interesting thing happens. When you create a document to be sent out to students, as soon as you create their own copy, it not only takes the title you've given it, it adds their name instantly to the document. So when you receive it back, you'll receive a document that says Jekyll and Hyde and the student's name attached instantly. They don't need to add the name, which is great housekeeping for your files. So, as you see, the shape of this slide is not going to be right for the PDF. We want A4, so we go to Page Setup. Custom, and a PDF is going to be 21 by 29.7. Apply. There we go. Now, when you get your first page here, there's 2 text boxes being added. We can get rid of those. Just click on there, on that dot, backspace. Click on there, backspace. Now, then what we do is we simply get the screenshot and just lift it in, the first one. This is the first page, so then we just resize it to suit. There we go. So there's the text as it was before, but this time now in a Google slide. Now we go here and press new slide and get the second page of text. Just before I do that, you also then have to erase that again. Okay, second page of text, then size it. Go. Then same again, new slide, just remove that. What I could have done there is create the first blank page, right click on it, select duplicate, and keep duplicating until you have enough pages. Now the third page, this is the one with the first questions on them. So I'll just put that into position, open it up. It's not possible for the students now to actually enter text into these boxes yet, it's just a picture. So what we need to do is go to here, create a text box, and just drag it over the area you want them to enter the text into. There's the text box appears. Now, you can here now set the font size, maybe set it to 12, so they can get more information in there. I personally like the idea of actually colouring the text box, giving it its own border. There is a border on the picture, but it's better to highlight the one you've created. 2 points maybe. And then I'm going to colour the border green to make it quite obvious for them. There we go. So now we've actually created a text box for this document. So when they click onto this work to do, they can see very clearly where to actually enter their text. You could actually put some information in here, going click and enter text if you wanted to. But once I've done this a few times, it should be quite obvious. But that's why I like to create a green box, give them the instruction, look for the green box and enter the text. But it's up to your way of working. I'll just delete that. Now we can just add 2 more boxes here. Now we could just draw them in the same way, but I can just then pick that up, move it, and then create another one. What I'm doing is I'm working on a Mac, so anything you click on and drag when you're holding the Alt key automatically copies. When you work on a PC, there are alternative ways to do this. And that's your work finished. You don't even need to save it, because once you've initially created and named your file, everything you do is automatically updated to that file in the Google Drive. Another way of adding this image is actually set it as a background. This is very useful if you find students tend to be moving items around quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the picture. I'm going to remove these text boxes as well I've created. I'm going to right click on the slide and select change background. Choose image. Now I can drag and drop an image here or go and look for it on the hard drive. So I'm going to drag my image in there. Done. Now what it's done is it's set the background of the slide, which means I cannot pick it up and move it. The only way to change it is to go back through that same process and set a new background. So now what I'm going to do is I've already got one text box I left in place, so I'm just going to make sure it's the right size now. The image size has changed very slightly. So I'm going to pick that one up, hold the Alt key on a Mac and move it. Of course, if I needed to make this bigger, I could at any point, but it just needs to be this big for this purpose. And again, drag and drop another one. As well as creating a green box around a text box, you could also go up here, fill colour, and colour it instead. I'm going to choose yellow this time. So at the moment now it's got a green outline and a yellow area to be filled in. But that's up to you. If you have a lot of doc files, which previously were Word files, with worksheets in, I'm sure you're finding it impossible to add text boxes over images. You can't add text over images in Word or doc files, unfortunately. So you can use the same process I've just done in order to take snapshots from doc files or your Word files and then be able to put text boxes over in the same manner and save them as a slide instead.